Everyone knows there's a rat in Lil Durk's circle, but did you know the rat is OT's top assassin?
So they said that or co-conspirator number 4 I'm the one that provided the location to
Lil Durk, yeah.
In this video, I will reveal how OT's top assassin snitched on his boss, Lil Durk. But first, let me show you how he played both sides while setting up Quando Rondo for execution. OTF's top assassin's game is a dangerous one. Loyalty and trust are key values in Lil Durk's Only the Family crew, and he carefully picks each member, knowing that being surrounded by family on the streets is the ultimate flex. You know how it goes. Every OG needs an OG, and Brick Baby is that guy. He's Lil Durk's main man on the streets. There have been rumors about Brick Baby being OT's top assassin. In a documentary covered by Swamp Stories, Brick Baby was referred to as Durk's evil whore assassin because of his long history on the streets and frequent run-ins with the feds. His relationship with Durk was professional, but here's the twist. After Lil Durk's arrest by federal agents in connection to a murder-for-hire plot targeting Quando Rondo, word on the street was that someone gave up Rondo's location to Durk. The federal indictment against Lil Durk confirmed the street rumors, revealing that someone leaked Rondo's location. The big question was, who set up Quando Rondo?
One or more co-conspirators, including number 4, learned that he was staying in California. So who gave up the location, bro? That's crazy work.
The streets are rarely wrong. And according to the indictment over Act Number 2 on August 18, 2022, one or more conspirators, including co-conspirator 4, learned that TB was visiting California and staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. So now the big question is, who snitched? But before you try to piece this puzzle together, let's break down how the indictment described the tragic events of that day. According to the feds, the killer squad used 2 cars, one of which had no registered license plate, working together to stalk, track, and attempt to murder TB at a Los Angeles gas station. During the attack, the conspirators allegedly fired at least 18 rounds at TB's vehicle, several of which hit and killed him. After the deed was done, prosecutors reported that the killer squad regrouped at a restaurant where they scrambled to cover the payment for the attack. But then, they made one fatal mistake, using an OTF-linked credit card to buy flight tickets to Chicago. As expected, the feds left a trail for fans, users, and the entire industry to decipher. The main question remained, who is co-conspirator 4? Who dropped the location? It didn't take long for the streets to come to one unified conclusion: Brick Baby. For those who don't know, Brick Baby and Quando Rondo maintained a close relationship despite the heated feud between OTF and Rondo's camp. In an interview on Vlad TV, DJ Vlad confronted Brick Baby directly about the rumors, and this was his reaction.
So they said that or co-conspirator number 4 I'm the one that provided the location to
Lil Durk, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nah. Yeah, I mean, like, I know it looks... I wouldn't be right here doing all this first and foremost if I was co-conspirator number.
Streets often have the answers, and according to the indictment, on August 18, 2022, one or more conspirators, including co-conspirator 4, learned that TB was in California, staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. This raised the big question, who snitched? Before jumping to conclusions, let's look at how the indictment described the tragic events. According to the feds, the killers used 2 cars, one without a registered license plate, to track and attempt to murder TB at a Los Angeles gas station. The conspirators allegedly fired at least 18 rounds at TB's vehicle, several of which struck and killed him. After the murder, prosecutors reported that the killers met at a restaurant to settle the payment for the attack, but they made a major mistake, using an OTF-linked credit card to buy flight tickets to Chicago. The feds left a trail for fans and the industry to follow, prompting the question, who is co-conspirator 4? Who revealed the location? It didn't take long for the streets to conclude, Brick Baby. Despite the ongoing tension between OTF and Quando Rondo's camp, Brick Baby and Rondo remained close. In an interview on Vlad TV, DJ Vlad confronted Brick Baby about the rumors, and this was his response.
When this happened, me and Quando Rondo had officially talked 3 to 4 times already. and I ain't said this nowhere else, but me and Quando Rondo had let their beef be their beef and our relationship be our relationship.
Brick Baby denied being involved in the conspiracy, questioning the logic of being labeled a conspirator and maintaining his innocence amidst the legal drama. However, the internet quickly pointed fingers at him, speculating that he might have used his relationship with Quando Rondo to provide Lil Durk with sensitive information about Rondo's whereabouts. This speculation stemmed from an interview where Brick Baby argued that, given the tension between their camps, it would have been unlikely for Rondo to share his location with him while in LA. The reason the streets pointed to Brick Baby as co-conspirator 4 was due to the surprising events following the LA attack on Quando Rondo's team. Shortly after the incident, Quando Rondo announced he was leaving the Rolling 60s gang, and fans speculated that this was linked to a betrayal by someone within the crew. Since Brick Baby was a known member of the Rolling 60s, it fueled the conspiracy theory. Some even claimed that Brick Baby essentially snitched on himself every time he spoke about the case, particularly when he responded to DJ Vlad's question about Quando Rondo leaving the gang after being backdoored. His uncoordinated response only added to the suspicion.
It makes sense. It depends on when they come out who co-conspirator number 4 is, then it all makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like that do make sense. Like, it makes sense what the world is saying, but it's like, y'all didn't crack the code this time. I know the fans usually solve the case, but y'all didn't crack the code.
Interesting times are unfolding as Brick Baby insists on his innocence, while fans are pointing fingers and drawing conclusions. One user commented, "We see right through you, Brick Boy," while another suggested the interview was just a way for Brick Baby to pay for his lawyer fees. Many fans believe Brick Baby is co-conspirator 4, accusing him of setting up Quando Rondo. There's a growing belief that Brick Baby, OTF's so-called top assassin, is a snitch, with one user even claiming he wears the S for snitch as a badge of honor. As the drama unfolds, it seems there may be more rats within only the family, OTF, than anyone expected. The industry was rocked by reports that Lil Durk's arrest might have been made possible by an informant from his own circle. While Brick Baby was playing his part, another snitch played theirs with a wire. This development shocked the industry, as it was revealed that OTF Jam, an in-house member, allegedly wore a hidden wire for several years, gathering evidence for authorities. OTF Jam, who was released in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder, reportedly provided crucial information linking Lil Durk to the murder-for-hire plot against Quando Rondo, leading to the death of Lil Pab. When the news broke, the internet exploded with controversy. Some wondered how OTF Jam managed to wear the wire unnoticed for so long. One person humorously speculated that the wire was hidden in Jam's large forehead, while others pointed out that modern technology, like small voice recorders, might be the real tool used for covert operations. Some even suggested that phones themselves could act as the wire, eliminating the need for traditional wiretapping methods. In an interview with Vlad TV, music executive and rapper Wack 100 commented on the shocking betrayal, expressing disbelief that Jam, who had been hailed as loyal after serving his sentence, had turned on Durk. The reveal of Jam's betrayal has left the hip-hop world stunned, as the question of loyalty in the streets becomes even more complicated.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years?
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he
DJ Vlad revealed that OTF Jam served a 12-year prison sentence for attempted murder, supposedly starting in 2010, and was released in 2022, around the same time as Lil Pab's murder. Since then, Jam has allegedly been wearing a recording device to gather information on Lil Durk and OTF, ultimately leading to Durk's recent arrest. The news of Jam's covert role has created a whirlwind of speculation within the hip-hop community, especially following Lil Durk's arrest and the revelation of a rat within OTF, a circle meant to be built on loyalty. In a 2023 interview with DJ Jerry, OTF Jam reflected on his long-standing relationship with Lil Durk and how the rapper supported him during his time in prison. Jam spoke about how Durk's music kept him motivated and how Durk helped financially while he was incarcerated. He shared, "I remember Durk was making rap songs for our parties," and added, "That was before the fame and the money, but he made a way for me to be straight." While OTF Jam didn't directly address his alleged collaboration with the FBI to bring down Durk, his words revealed the deep trust and connection he once had with Durk before legal troubles led to their separation.
Yeah, like that's bro. I'm saying to my whole time in jail, that stayed, bro. Like, before the money, you know what I'm saying? That was bro. Like, I remember when the money wasn't there, first I'm gonna say you 50, I got you now.
He still doing that.
Gave my lawyer money there when I'm fighting my case.
I ain't gonna lie, Durk gonna do it.
Right after OTF Jam was released from jail, there was a rumor that Lil Durk gave him $50,000 to help get his life in order and settle his legal fees. Lil Durk even referenced this in one of his songs, though the specific track isn't clear. In the same interview, OTF Jam was asked about the rumor and confirmed it to be true.
They gave you 50, bro.
Fact.
Evidently, when OTF Jam was released from jail and welcomed back into the family, a rat was also welcomed into the house. Unfortunately, Lil Durk couldn't detect the betrayal from within his own circle. It's tough to spot a rat, especially when the person has been involved in many of the same activities as you. Betrayal from a childhood friend is devastating, especially when you've looked out for them. The idea of wearing a wire while in the circle is insane, and it's true that betrayal often comes from those closest to you. After all, when you're watching an action movie where the antagonist and protagonist are already at odds, it's no surprise when the antagonist betrays the protagonist. That's the nature of things. One user shared a detailed analysis of Jam's betrayal and the consequences it has for him on the streets. "You've got a dude who's been down for 12 years, and Lil Durk is a real dude, been taking care of him the whole time. He comes home, imagining a different lifestyle for 12 years, then gets caught with a firearm, which could carry a couple of years, plus a probation violation. To a normal street guy, that's a hard pill to swallow. But for someone coming from nothing, that 8 years doesn't sit right. He doesn't have a Durk to give him 50 KO to change his surroundings and keep his family safe. The snitch will end up paying more than he was trying to preserve. It seems OTF Jam didn't think it through, unless the feds promised protection for him and his family." The news of Lil Durk's betrayal by one of his own has sparked a lot of reactions, with many questioning the loyalty within the gang. This has led to discussions about the meaning of the acronym OTF, which stands for Only the Family. It's no coincidence that many associated with OTF are affiliated with the Black Disciples Street Gang. Based on the lyrics of their songs and the gang's mode of operation, OTF represents family over everything. But this family isn't about blood relations. It's about shared struggle and the desire to survive on the streets. Lil Durk founded OTF on trust, which explains why he never doubted OTF Jam when he was released from jail, believing that he came out straight. This is also why Durk felt compelled to slide for King Von, to watch out for his family. OTF's watchword is now trust, and the big question remains, why did OTF Jam break the family code and snitch on his boss, who supported him during his bleakest years? According to reports, OTF Jam was convicted of a shooting in 2010, served 12 years in prison, and was released in February 2022. However, police records obtained by XXL show that he was arrested again in May 2023 on a warrant connected to the same charge. While the status of the charge remains unclear, it's easy to speculate that Jam gave up his boss to avoid returning to jail. Could prison have broken OTF Jam? While prison is tough for anyone, loyalty was supposed to remain intact. The streets, however, say the story runs deeper. Word on the street is that Lil Durk ordered the killing of OTF Jam's child's mother after he found out Jam was wearing a wire. Additionally, reports suggest that Durk may have had a man killed in retaliation for his brother D-Thing's murder. Poetic Flacco spread the rumor on social media, claiming the feds believe Lil Durk paid for the murders of Stefan Mack, who allegedly killed Durk's brother, and OTF Jam's baby mama after discovering Jam's betrayal. According to the feds, OTF Jam could be the key to putting Lil Durk behind bars for all 3 deaths. However, no substantial evidence has surfaced to support these claims. In an interesting twist, an internet troll sparked more attention after resurfaced footage showed OTF Jam eating McDonald's in what appeared to be an interrogation room. Fans began trolling, suggesting that he was snitching on Lil Durk while eating his meal. DJ Academics even fueled the trolling by asking his followers to caption the image. Fans wasted no time, with one comment joking, "Bro snitched on Durk for a Big Mac and fries," while another quipped, "You're probably wondering how I got here." The situation was all too surreal as OTF Jam, enjoying his Big Mac, seemed oblivious to the gravity of his actions, while Lil Durk's tragic fall unfolded.
There are now 5 people in custody who weren't in custody before. 5 people who were alleged to have committed a murder in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon in the city of Chicago.
Here's the gist. Federal agents arrested 5 men in connection to the August 2022 shooting in Los Angeles that killed Quando Rondo's cousin. They are facing charges of conspiracy to murder for hire, believed to be in retaliation for the death of King Von. The feds were clearly searching for a solid connection between Lil Durk and the murder-for-hire plot, and they eventually found it. The crime was linked to the tragic events of 2020 at Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, where King Von was killed. It seems clear that Lil Durk was involved in the retaliation for King Von's death, but the feds needed someone to provide the necessary evidence. That someone appears to be OTF Jam, a close affiliate of Lil Durk. With Jam's wiretap, the feds likely gained valuable information, making it easier for them to build a case against Durk. Once they had everything they needed, Lil Durk was hit with one of the most devastating blows of his career.
Durk has been locked up in Broward County Jail. He's there right now. This is this. Yes, Broward. He's in Florida. I got the whole thing on. Look on my stream. I got it. Oh my God, bro.
As expected, DJ Academics was one of the first to break the news about Lil Durk's arrest. After posting a video on the situation, he tweeted, "Breaking, Lil Durk has been arrested by U.S. Marshals and is being held at Broward County Correctional Facility until he's extradited to California for his federal charge. His charge is murder for hire related to the death of Quando Rondo's cousin, LP." Reports confirm that Lil Durk was arrested by U.S. Marshals on Thursday and is being held without bail at the Broward County Correctional Facility in Florida, awaiting extradition to California to face federal charges. His mugshot has also been released. The backstory: Lil Durk founded the label OTF, Only the Family, in 2010, stating that it is not a gang. However, following federal charges filed on October 17th against 5 men associated with OTF, alleging they attempted to kill Quando Rondo in 2022, things have taken a serious turn. The men named in the case are Cav London, Grant DeAndre, Dantrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and ASA Houston. Although Lil Durk wasn't initially named as a defendant in the October indictment, his arrest has now been confirmed to be linked to the murder-for-hire charge. The indictment charges 5 people in connection to the death of LP, but it seems like there's more to the story.
The charges include conspiracy to murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving a death, and the use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death.
Indeed, the indictment reveals a complex web of events surrounding the 2022 shooting in Los Angeles, with federal agents accusing OTF affiliates of carrying out a targeted attack on Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pa B, under a retaliation plot linked to the death of King Von in 2020. The indictment further claims that these men traveled to California using a credit card tied to OTF to carry out the hit after learning Rondo's location. The prosecution alleges that Lil Durk, referred to as Banks in the indictment, played a central role in orchestrating this retaliation attack. The charges suggest that the shooting was not an isolated event, but part of a larger pattern of gang-related violence linked to the OTF, which prosecutors argue functions not only as a music label, but as a criminal enterprise. Lil Durk, through his leadership, allegedly directed these acts, including the 2022 shooting that killed Lil Pa B, in revenge for the murder of King Von, his close friend, in 2020. A key detail in the case is that prosecutors claim Durk was planning to flee the country after the shooting. He allegedly booked flights to Dubai, Switzerland, and a private jet to Italy. However, he was arrested just before boarding the flight, further complicating the situation. The repercussions of these developments have also impacted Lil Durk's public image. After his arrest, the village of Broadview revoked the key to the city they had previously awarded him, and his nonprofit organization, the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, faced a termination of partnership. The mayor of Broadview emphasized that while the legal system presumes innocence until proven guilty, the community holds higher moral standards, which have led to a significant fall from grace for the rapper. As the investigation unfolds, many people are questioning whether the violent path taken by Durk and his associates was worth the cost, echoing the tragic reality that gang life often leads to devastating consequences, from tarnished legacies to lost lives. The tragic downfall of Lil Durk highlights the consequences of trying to live both as a rapper and a gangster. The moment you try to walk both paths, especially with the fame and money to fuel your actions, you're setting yourself up for a dramatic fall. For Durk, this twist of fate is a stark reminder that every decision you make has far-reaching consequences, not just for your career, but for your life as well. As it stands, the federal investigation is building a case that could dismantle OTF as both a musical entity and a criminal operation. The indictment against Lil Durk and his affiliates for their involvement in the murder-for-hire plot shows just how far-reaching the consequences of gang ties can be. The FBI is carefully piecing together the facts, and if convicted, Durk and the 5 charged OTF members face life sentences in federal prison. The bigger question remains: if Durk and his crew are taken down, what happens to OTF? The label built on trust and loyalty may be left in ruins. If Durk somehow avoids a life sentence and gets out, will he be able to rebuild with his day ones locked away, or have his crew members turn against him? Can the music continue to thrive with the empire fractured? It's a tragic example of how the choices made in the heat of the moment, alongside the people you surround yourself with, can lead to irreversible damage.